Welcome to South Florida and the Marriott Harbor Beach Resort in Fort Lauderdale. In his 6th season at Alabama, we have gotten to know his process. So news conferences with Coach Nick Saban are fairly predictable. But Saban is on the cusp of the label dynasty, so when he speaks, it matters. We're going to break down the top 3 points that he made at his final news conference leading up to tonight's big game. First off, focus and discipline.
But really the goal is are our guys going to go out there, compete and play at the best of their ability from an effort standpoint, from a toughness standpoint, from a discipline to execute standpoint, so that everybody sort of embraces their role, focuses on their role, does a good job at their role, so it gives the team the best opportunity to be successful.
Successful, not winning. Successful because he believes if you take care of each play, the outcome will take care of itself. Next up, his assessment of Notre Dame.
But I think what Coach Kelly does probably as well as anybody that we've played all year is utilize the personnel that he has extremely well. And I think that's why they've been very, very successful. You know, they have some mismatched players on offense that they've maximize their performance, and their quarterback has consistently improved throughout the season, and they're a very good offensive football team with a lot of diversity, a lot of formations, a lot of variables that you have to adjust to, and so we don't have to go all the way back to see that there's a very difficult preparation in front of us relative to what they do.
Nothing shocking here. He thinks Notre Dame is excellent and well coached. Heard that a few times before? All right, next up, some personal stuff with Coach Saban. He talks about his dad, whom he refers to as Big Nick.
He also had a service station and a little Dairy Queen restaurant, and I started working at that service station when I was 11 years old, pumping gas. But in those days, I noticed I said it was a service station. It wasn't a self-serve. So you cleaned the windows, checked the oil, checked the tires, collected the money, gave the change, treated the customers in a certain way. We also greased cars, washed cars. So the biggest thing that I learned and started to learn at 11 years old was how important it was to do things correctly. There was a standard of excellence, of perfection. If we washed a car, and I hated the navy blue and black cars because when you wiped them off, the streaks were hard to get out. And if there were any streaks when he came, you had to do it over.
There were 2 funny moments at the news conference, too. Everyone's just trying to do their job, right?
Okay, if all the videographers, please, would move to the side.
The guy doing the yelling, let's just say that's close to home. Poor guy in the cap. And then the dreaded ringtone. And it happened just when Notre Dame's head coach Brian Kelly was getting personal.
Well, two-part question. Talk about the challenge it is to balance your personal life at home with being a head coach during the national championship right now. And second part, talk about Manti Te'o and his leadership role with the team.
Well, I think
So a little bit of everything on the road to the BCS Championship. In just a little while, we'll be heading to the Sun Life Stadium. For information, pictures, and observations, follow me on Twitter @edacey. On the road to the National Championship, Erin Gameday, Way 31 First News.